So this is just going to be in the middle of a partition, and it's going to have a nice real design to it, and you're not going to be able to see through it, which kind of gives you a little bit of privacy. But I think this is really going to provide a great wow factor just for this shower. And we're just doing a petition in this one. So it's just going to be this 34-inch panel, about 74 inches tall, and it's going to be open to walk in on the other side. So you have about a 24-inch opening on a standard 5-foot bathroom. And it's also a lot safer for anybody elderly or anybody who has a disability. You're not having to work around the door. You know, if somebody fell in the shower and the door is closed, you can have a real problem getting somebody else. So having an opening that you can just walk right in, I think makes a lot of sense. And the fact that this is 3/8 inch thick, very sturdy. So you're going to have something that's going to be really well supported in your bathroom. So let me show you how to go put this in. It's going to be a really streamlined installation. The hardest part is just going to be drilling through the tile. Okay, so it's just a matter of setting this up where you want it to line up on your curb and your wall. So looking here, you're going to have a bottom channel, and you're going to have a side panel that actually adheres into the tile work. So I'm going to put the bottom down first, but I think I'm just going to go right with one of these fake grout joints and just go right down the middle. So that looks like to me, I'm going to mount the bottom first. If you wanted more room in the shower, you can bring this all the way out to the edge of the curb if you wanted to. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I'm going to try to keep this somewhat centered, I think. Is that what you want?
Oh, well then right there.
You're fine there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. All right, so whatever the client wants, just put it there. So we'll just make sure that we stay even on this curb. So 1.25 inches. All right, so one thing about curbs. All right, so this is a foam curb. So we can go a little bit into the curb, but we can't penetrate it, or you would end up with problems with water getting through the curb because it's hollow, kind of hollow underneath of it. And if you have a screw hole like this, if water got into that channel for some reason, it's going to go straight down. So you just have to be careful not to penetrate all the way through the curb. So we're just going to draw out the towel. We're going to use a little, anchor plugs, and we're going to cut our screws so that we don't go all the way into it. But with this type of system, the towel ready shower pan, the foam is waterproof all the way through. You just can't penetrate through the 1/2 inch layer below it. So you have a good solid 1.25 inches that you could pretty much play with this tile thickness. And that screw can go into the foam, it just can't go all the way through it. So we got this marked. Now let's go ahead and drill our holes. I'm just going to use a 1/4 inch bit here. Okay. So I just punctured through the tile, and that was it. Same thing on this one. All right, so I just went right through the tile. We'll just leave it at that. So marker bit. So that's how far in we are. So 3/4 inch. Cut the anchor plugs. Okay, so then we're going to make sure that we don't have these screws penetrate. So we'll just go 1 inch on our screws, and we're just going to cut the screws. So I just add a little bit of silicone to the bottom of this channel. Now we'll go ahead and put our side channel up. There's already holes in the back of the channel here. Now I do have blocking behind here, so I know I have some wood that I can actually get into here, because we made sure that we had blocking behind our curb. And I always recommend doing that when you're building a custom shower. You definitely want to have some blocking behind your shower door area. Okay, so these have little self-sealing pieces. So there's not going to be any silicone that goes into this. This is just going to be these channels. So you put it on the glass first, and this slides into the U channel. Okay, and then you got another one for the top here. An H bracket. It goes on top. I would recommend, so there's two different sides here. There's a fluted side, and then there's the smooth side. I would put the smooth side inside the shower because that's what you're mainly going to be cleaning. So you're going to want the smooth side to be able to clean it. So what we'll do is put the bottom track on here. There we go. That's where this thing's bent. This thing got bent in shipping. Shouldn't have to do this. This is a pretty nice, yeah, it's probably, should be all right. I mean, I feel like I need to put silicone in there and hold that.
Yeah, try that.
All right, so since I have a problem with my U-channel, I'm gonna just silicone my sleeves on and then silicone the U-channel on. Basically, my U-channel is slightly bent, so I need the adhesion of this to basically hold up overnight so that everything stays aligned with each other. Now, most of you are not going to have this problem unless you had a packaging issue like I did, but this is a way to get around it. Just add a little bit of silicone to the sleeves. We'll get some silicone in here. You can even see it's bent, so, but it's all right. What we're gonna do is just basically hold this tight overnight. And that should hold it once that sets up. All right, so I'll just hold up overnight and then I'll stay nice and straight. That's the way it looks. So pretty cool. Absolutely love the design. I think that's gonna look really slick in here. So great job, Vigo. Looks awesome. Things in there anyways. All right, so next morning, go ahead and take these blocks off. Put a lot of pressure on there. All right, and then last thing you just gotta do is just caulk the inside. Really the only caulking, since those had all those self-sealing applications here, all you really have to do is just seal against the wall. So I'm gonna use this high quality silicone. This is the CRL brand. They call it water clear. And it truly is that. It's some of the clearest caulking I've ever used. And I love using it for shower doors because it lasts a really, really long time. It doesn't yellow. And it's just, yeah, it's high quality stuff. So then we'll just go right across the bottom. that's really all there is to it. So, nice sturdy, thick door, you know, and most of the overspray is gonna be right in within this area. We'll test it out a little bit later, show you, you know, how well this actually does work, but it makes a lot of sense. You've got this nice opening here now. Very simple, awesome, sleek design. So I've been getting a lot of comments about this partition wall and whether this can actually contain the water in this standard size shower. This is a 32 by 60 inch shower. This is a 34-inch wide panel. And I want to demonstrate how well this actually does in a standard shower. We just have a regular shower head. I'm going to put a piece of paper down. So let's check out and see how the shower works out. This is a really decent sized amount of flow. Oh, shit. All right. Technical difficulties. Don't wear the mic in a shower. All right, so like I was mentioning, this is like an 8-inch rain shower head. Pretty standard size, but it has a real decent flow. Yeah, so let's see if there's any water. Yeah, so yeah, there is some water. It's not terrible, but you know, you're gonna have a little bit of water. I think a good rug would be able to handle that. So I guess it all depends on your tolerance. If you can tolerate a little bit of water, you know, honestly, if I open up the shower door and I had a shower door here, you probably have that much water coming out anyways. But it's pretty minimal. You think that's enough?